Hey, how's it going? My name is JackieFish and welcome back to another Rise of the Three Kingdoms Medieval 2 mod battle. In this one we have an epic 2 vs 2 online battle as Cao Cao tries to conquer this settlement that stands in his way. This should be very exciting because this is the first time we get to see a proper siege battle on this map, and it is hopefully going to be absolutely awesome. So as you can see, Cao Cao has his army assaulting the fortress. He has kind of a standard roster of infantry, some hand-light swordsmen pushing up his siege equipment and his siege towers and the battering ram, along with a support of archers back here. We then have more elite of these kind of brave infantry, the glaive dudes who will just cut down anything in their path. And then finally we have the heavy spearmen back here again, a lot more heavier. And is he bringing Cao Cao this day? No, this is just a unit of hand cataphracts. Where's the general at then? I can't quite see him, so yeah, I don't know who the general is for Cao Cao. Is it this one? Oh yeah, so it's just an infantry general unit, no one special, I don't think. Yeah, just a standard general, I guess, because they're nice and cheap, it's easy to bring them. Then over on the other side, we have another force being brought up by the Yang clan, I think that's how you pronounce it, and he's got these thunder carts already hammering away at the defensive towers right there. Again, this action is going to be bringing a ton of these armored halberds, along with some more heavy swordsmen and other supported infantry, so pretty fierce force right here. And they're only splitting up their army into two parts. They've kind of got the assault portion right here with the artillery, and then over on the left hand side we do have kind of a more easier setup of kind of a siege tower with some other infantry. And again, for the general, is it just a general's bodyguard? I think it might be. Right here we've just got a cataphract. This is the general, right? Or maybe it's this one. I'm not actually too sure, but either way, they're moving forward with a lot of their army, and then you kind of got this stuff. Then the defenders have the walls scattered with infantry, some more heavy infantry right here. You've got the cool looking archers as well formed up in the actual tower itself. I mean, that looks so amazing, right? Having these archers like up here, volleying down onto the oncoming attackers. Really cool stuff. And they're going to be layering their defense throughout the city, so there's going to be lots of siege fighting, lots of battling for the walls. I'm really looking forward to this because Medieval 2 siege battles are probably some of the best in the entire series, so it should hopefully make for a very exciting battle, and I'm interested to see how the defenders will set up their positions to push back the oncoming onslaught. Also guys, before we get started, I just want to say really quickly that if you're looking to pick up Three Kingdoms for a cheaper price than it is currently on Steam, I recently partnered with Games Planet, who work directly with publishers to go ahead and bring you guys a little bit of a cheaper game. So you can use my code to get 15% off the Steam price, which I think is a pretty goddamn good deal. It is only available in Europe, unfortunately, because they don't have the license to sell the titles in NA yet. However, they are working towards getting that done. So just, you know, if you want to pre-order a game, feel free to do so. I do recommend to go ahead and wait a little bit though until we do know more about the game. You know, the YouTuber embargo I'm sure will drop a week or so before the game releases like it normally does, and then you can check it out. But just if you are going to pre-order the game, feel free to use my link. You get a little bit of money off. I get a little bit of the revenue as well for referring you. So it's a win-win really right there. The gates are being battered down yet? No, the siege tower has arrived though, so these gates will be going down very quickly, but I imagine these archers are just going to be literally just having a turkey shoot down here on all of this infantry. Over on the other side as well, we actually see some mangonels going back and getting some huge hits off on these archers. The defenders are not messing about. They are out here for blood, and they are looking to get some serious damage. The counterfire going back, but my god, oh, a direct hit as well on that artillery piece, my god. I don't think any artillery at this time period was that good that it could pinpoint a trebuchet like that from this distance. No way. But the heavy fighting has now occurred on the walls themselves. So as you can see, obviously the Cao clan in blue, and we have the defenders in kind of that blackish colour. They're going to be pushing forward. And I imagine taking over these walls fairly quickly. I can't imagine it's going to be too much. Oh, and a beautiful counter artillery piece right there. Killing the enemy's artillery is such an important thing to do, because if you can take it out, then it basically just allows you to have, you know, artillery superiority throughout the entire battle. So, you know, kind of counter artillerying is really good. The gates have just gone down. We saw that in the distance. These archers are unloading their bow shots, I imagine, on these defenders, who are kind of, these halberds are just waiting for anyone to come through here so they can close the tooth of the halberdier wall. Yeah, they're forming up into their tightly knitted formation, and the infantry is going to come flying through this wall. So it's interesting to note that they're not going to try and defend this wall, this siege point itself. They're going to let them come in, and then they're going to kind of come in. Again, it could be a very, very valid strategy because they can then close that distance on them and surround them with pretty fierce halberds. We also still have the archers up here as well. The crossbows up here shooting away. They're taking a bit of fire. Oh, that shot just missed. Did the other artillery hit? No, it did not. How are they faring over on the other side? Still just heavy fighting on the walls. That's what it looks like. Again, we'll zoom in a little bit more so we can see. Much easier to use this map now that we're not in a free-for-all like we were last time. So what have we even got up on this wall? So we've got some Feather Forest infantry here going up against hand armored infantry. But these hand armored infantry are completely surrounded, as you can see. You've got men coming in from both sides here, which normally gives them a pretty big debuff when they're surrounded like this. So you generally start to see, even if it's a really good unit, this unit will start to go down. I'm surprised to see as well no archers shooting up onto the walls yet. Because normally, maybe this is exactly what we're about to see. Because normally one of the great strategies to do is to put archers, just behind the walls and then shoot up to support your troops fighting on them. I imagine this is what this player is trying to do. Maybe he's just gotten a little bit too close though. The artillery as well on this side is pretty deadly. We've got a lot of infantry maneuvering around as the fighting does continue. This is a really cool unit as well. The Great Halberdier Troop. It's pretty awesome. Even though they're using spears, so I don't know why they're called halberd. Oh, I guess they've got like a halberd on their spear. Okay, it makes sense now. But it does look like a spear bow from this distance, so you can see where I got that mistake from. But again, yeah, they're doing a pretty decent job. You can't complain that they're holding these walls very nicely. However, these attackers are attacking in every single direction, which is really nice. You want to be doing this to spread out the defenders as much as you can. And now more infantry are going to be getting thrown up. Are we getting any more reinforcements? It doesn't look like it. These archers are volleying up onto the walls themselves. Helping out that nice arcing shot, but there's still plenty of reinforcements, so it seems like the attackers have a ton of men still left to throw, and especially now they've got these glaive units up here, they're going to be slaughtering anything they come up against. It's not even going to be close, so it's pretty impressive what they've got up here for sure. And I think they really need to try and get some archers over here to try and take these guys down, because if they're left alone, they will just demolish stuff on the wall. Let's take a look at Cao Cao's army now. How is he faring? He is marching men bravely through the gate itself, bringing soldiers onto the wall. Yes, this is not bad. Genku does have his armored heavy infantry up here, fighting some of the flying bear infantry. Sounds pretty goddamn fierce. Now, what I wouldn't be surprised to see is if Genku goes ahead and deploys infantry, now that he's inside the gate itself, to go ahead and start enveloping these units on the walls, especially trying to take out this crossbow unit you can see just in the distance there. And as we just mentioned, if you surround the unit on the walls, it's going to fight a lot less effectively and get cut down more and more. Wow, what a big artillery hit right there by the defenders, just culling what is over here. Wow, that was such a huge hit, and I imagine another one is soon to follow. Yeah, it looks like both the artillery pieces for Genku has gone down for the attackers, and they still have, just look at that perfect line of view right there. I wish I could zoom in on it, because yeah, that is just, couldn't ask for a better vision right there. Another shot going off, and another direct hit. Oh my god, so many dead from the attackers. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. I imagine another one is soon to come as well. And what I really, really need to do is I need to get some more archers on the wall, because it looks like Dead Man, who is one of the defenders, has managed to keep this side at bay very, very effectively. Again, it looks like Genku is kind of struggling on these walls. I thought he'd have an easier time of it, but I guess with the archer suppression and then artillery hits, my god. I mean, it's not like he doesn't have a lot more infantry to throw in, but even still, he's trying to keep back his elite infantry till the end. Over on this side, we are seeing a nice little sally out here by a Hobbit, and he's going to be throwing his cavalry out, and they're going to be getting a great charge off onto these bowmen, or these crossbowmen. And there's not really an answer yet. The cavalry is still stationary up there. So this heavy hand Califrac unit is going to get so many kills on these attackers. You can see the crossbows preparing themselves. But there we go. A pretty lackluster charge, actually. I'm not going to lie. But they will still get a ton of kills as they continue to move in. Yeah, this is really, really unfortunate. And again, the cavalry is still not moving for the attackers. They really need to silence this because these missiles are so key to the future of the battle. Because if you can get some crossbows inside of the city to shoot down off the walls, you end up getting so many kills of them. And these Califracs are just going from arch unit to archer unit, executing them. And still, the cavalry has not moved. What are the attackers doing? They need to protect these missiles. Look how many kills these Califracs are getting, man. Commit your cavalry, goddamn, sir. You're letting your archers being slaughtered. This cavalry unit is going to continue to go on. We've got some more armored hand infantry going in, but, you know, you can see a few of these horses dying, but they're just going to carry on going. You know, these guys are mounted cavalry. We're going to continue to hunt down the last couple of units of the archers. And, I mean, killing this artillery piece wouldn't be a bad idea either if they could get onto it. Wow, I can't believe that the cavalry still hasn't moved. We can see it right there. Is it now moving? No, it's still not moving. Wow. I would have assumed they would have been the first ones in. Taking a look at the other fortresses, you can see now that the Cao Cao has decided to move in his glaive infantry. He's realised that he needs to start making these breach points and taking down the hand-heavy archers falling back. That artillery piece killed so many soldiers here. It's actually goddamn crazy. It really, really is. We even have some halberds still left alive right here. And the cavalry is making a pretty desperate charge in here. The halberds aren't formed up, so they're going to be getting a nice rear charge. But if these halberds simply turn around, they're going to be able to take themselves out. Quite a few of these expensive horsemen. But maybe there's just too few of them now for the halberds to really be effective against the heavy Califracs. And maybe this is exactly what they need to open up. I assume this artillery piece, if it does still have ammunition, is going to be immediately focusing them Califracs down. Actually, I don't know. I think it's actually trying to hit the men on the wall right now. We can see it being loaded up. The animations are still pretty impressive as well as they load up. Is he going to go grab himself a rock? I think he is going to magic itself up and then order it to fire. Is it going to... Yeah, there you go. I'm just going to go out. It's going to try and hit the guys on the wall. Does not do a great job there, but I imagine if they do get a hit, it'll be very, very deadly. And finally, Genki has broken through right here. Cao Cao's armies are kind of starting to win these battles on the wall. We do have that unit of Flying Bear Spearmen. I mean, I can't imagine what else you'd want on these walls. Really effective. There you go. The heavy cavalry is also now retreating, not being able to achieve their jobs. The Deadman holding a very, very solid defense right here. Again, even killing these brave glaive infantry. Very, very good job. Very nice defense there by Deadman, holding that firm. I can't believe how many kills Hobbit got with his cavalry right here. So many. And he's still managing to hold the wall. Here's some hand pikemen holding the gate itself. The gatehouse is pretty goddamn contested. But these pikemen, if they can get their pikes down, it seems a lot of them are holding them up. Okay, it does also seem like they're getting a ton of kills, so I guess it is all worth it. The attackers seem to be making progress over on this side. Do we have archers on the wall? Yes, we do. This is what we love to see. Archers being on the wall. These guys just do so much damage because they can shoot directly at the enemy. And if you guys don't know, in Medieval 2, there's two types of archers. There's a shot you just saw these crossbows do, which is like an arching shot. And then there's a shot which just shoots directly forward. And the arching shot does considerably less damage to a unit or an entity than shooting directly at it. So the fact they've managed to get these bowmen on the walls is really good. And they're starting to kill the rest of these camp crushers. I think this side is going to be a big breach point for the attackers. The cavalry being committed around. Is there still some Califracs assaulting? Or is this Hobbit's Califracs? No, it's not. So this is the attackers' Califracs. I'm surprised they're not being committed somewhere else. These crossbows as well, man. So as you can see, these crossbows are shooting up and over. They're still getting a lot of kills. But for example, if they were like over here, they'd be able to do so much damage. But here we go. Some more bowmen on the walls. Yeah, lots of bowmen on the walls. What are they shooting at exactly? Oh, this is such a good kind of position right here. They've got crossbows and bowmen shooting directly at the pikemen right here in the back against the heavy shock infantry as well. So they're going to be doing so much damage right there. Yeah, you can see these numbers going down pretty quickly. So it should open up the gate point and also give them good support on the walls. I'm surprised Hobbit, I guess there is no way to really get on top of these. Yeah, where do you even go? Because it does seem like this entire area is overrun by enemies right now. So you'd have to like go up here and fight your way through. So you just can't really do it. So you can see Hobbit starting to fall back. The defenders are realizing that these walls are maybe a little bit lost. At least these outer walls. Because these walls themselves are much further away than, say, where the green player is attacking. The green player has a much harder time with it because it's so much closer to the city center. These archers getting out of here now. Yeah, saving ammunition is not a bad plan. Because the more ammunition you save, the more effective it's going to be later. As we have a pretty intense battle on the walls. Still going on. But you can see them starting to crumble bit by bit. The balance of power at this point as well is actually pretty even. Which I guess is kind of how you want it at this point. As you've just obviously taken... They've basically taken the walls now. You can see them bringing more men round. They've got archers kind of supporting this area. Cavalry pushing forward with Han armoured infantry. Really committing in. And this is kind of what you want, right? At this point, being even is absolutely fine. If you take a look at the percentages, you can see the allies, which are the attackers, have lost 62% of their army, and the defenders have lost 51% of their army. So about 10% in it, which is actually pretty good odds if you're attacking still. Because you obviously taking the walls is going to be really difficult. But once you take the walls, once you can get your own archers inside and ready to fight, things become a lot easier. Yeah, oh, look, this is what I'm talking about. Look about the archers. This is just such a good defensive tactic to do. Getting your archers to harass the ever-living crap out of the men on the walls is just always so beneficial. Getting a couple more volleys going off. Genku does seem like he has managed to get his infantry up onto the walls themselves. Yeah, so we have some glaive infantry going up against some of these hand shock infantry. So a pretty big engagement up here with high quality units. Luckily though, a lot of his men are being protected by this building, so they're not actually being hammered too heavily. At the gatehouse as well, we're having another big engagement. I'm surprised Deadman actually decided to commit his men outside of the gate instead of just letting the attackers come inside. Do we have cavalry out here? No, we don't. We have like a unit right here for some reason on the minimap. I guess it's just the hand light swords. So the entire assault has gone pretty successful so far. Obviously heavy casualties have been sustained, but now the main defenses are no longer really proficient. It's going to be interesting to see how this battle does go down now. Are the defenders going to be able to retreat back, reform up a nice defensive position? Or is the fact that the defenders can get their archers and bowmen, artillery inside the walls going to be too much? But I feel like, honestly, the fact that the defenders' cavalry got out and killed basically 2 full units of archers and crossbows is going to clinch from the battle. I think that might be, honestly, the like defining moment of this battle. I really, really do. Because that point right there, like, imagine them 2 full units, like, look at all these casualties right here. Imagine these archers inside the wall, like, shooting directly at these artillery pieces or these infantry. Because we do have some pretty good infantry, like Imperial Spearmen. We have armored infantry and stuff, but again, their numbers are looking kind of, you know, weak and thin. And bowmen killing these cavalrymen or generals, there's not actually too much here really defending. They just need to quickly break through, and yeah, the swordsmen have finally won over on this left-hand side. I mean, this has been one bloody battle for the walls right here. So many dead. So many. What is even left out here for Genku? He has his destroyed artillery pieces, and then what, a couple units of infantry, which he is now advancing forward. So he has a unit of these good spearmen, and then also a unit of general bodyguard, which he's going to bring in. And I imagine the General Bodyguard is pretty goddamn strong in melee combat. I mean, they look very fierce. Yeah, they look pretty decent. So advancing them forward is going to be great. He's getting, what, bowmen on the walls? Yeah, heavy archers on the walls to start harassing down. Smart decision there. There is still some swordsmen up here for Deadman, but he needs to be careful. But yeah, killing these shock infantry and then getting your men down is going to be great. The fighting is very, very fierce, though, as Cao Cao does move forward his Tiger Spearmen, or what's left of the Tiger Spearmen, along with the rest of his Glaive Infantry. Oh, and the artillery hit, man. It makes me cringe every time I see it. It really, really does. It just does so much damage. I imagine, though, it's probably getting pretty low on ammunition, so does need to be kind of careful. Making every shot count, because I imagine they're going to need it. Oh yeah, if you look at the top right of the map as well, you can actually see cavalry roaming through the city. I imagine... Oh, there's another big artillery hit. Yeah, I wonder what these guys are up to. Let's take a look. They're just roaming around the city looking for anyone to kill. Probably are. I mean, is there anything good they can charge into? Oh, this will be massive. If the cavalry can kind of sneak their way round here and then charge into these crossbows, that will be huge, because every missile really counts at this point. The battle is so even. The attackers, though, have reduced the percentage by like 4% now, so they're definitely catching up. Oh, please say this cavalry just comes down this causeway and the defenders don't notice. Are they going to do it? No, please, yes, here we go, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This could be, again, a defining moment of the siege battle. Killing 120 crossbows is no shameful matter. I imagine they won't be able to get as many kills. I won't be able to kill the entire unit, but still, just a straight up charge will still do quite a lot of damage, especially because these guys are only warmed up. And here we go, the charge is about to come in. Not, again, really under Medieval 2 charges are never that exciting unless you get like it in the back. But still, we're going to be able to start killing these guys. The Glaive Infantry really quickly notices, so good move right there. And the cavalry's going to pull out after killing, I don't know, 2 or 3 dudes. So that was very underwhelming. If that was like, I don't know, Rome 2 or something, or Attila, that would have been just insanely devastating. So we do have the attacker over on this left-hand side, advancing forward their entire army now. They're going to be preparing for this final assault. There's, what, 3 choke points in? 4 choke points in, which they have to probably try and utilize to effectively do it. Well, the defenders have infantry, but not like an insane amount. They do also have these artillery pieces, which have been, hitting pretty deep into the enemy ranks. The cavalry is being committed. Yeah, I mean, these are just heavy crossbows. The cavalry should just stay engaged in this, because these Glaive Infantrymen are currently engaged by Cao Cao's infantry, so it's not a bad idea just to commit that cavalry in to kill the crossbows. I kind of feel like the crossbows are out of ammunition, and that's why they pulled out their sword. But even still, just wiping this unit off the field is still not a bad strategy whatsoever. I assume that the cavalry does not want to stay in a prolonged engagement though, so they're going to be bugging out there looking for a better, smash. But yeah, killing these guys opens up the flank of these Glaive Infantry. And there's only really another unit of swords here. Oh, good artillery shot. Is it going to hit anything big? No, that's a big whiff. That's a big, big whiff. Unfortunately, these forest archers are going to get out of here as well for the attackers, not being able to take them out. Yeah, these cataphracts have been really disappointing on the charge. Oh, wow! What the fuck was that? Was that artillery? Or what? I'm kind of confused what the hell that was. Unfortunately, the own cavalry getting caught on its own men, but it must have been like a trebuchet shot or something. But I mean, they're facing the other way? Yeah, I don't know what that was. Either way, that was pretty insane. So we do have Cao Cao bringing in the rest of his army. Not a lot really left for him. There's a few more bowmen on here as well. But these bowmen just, killing these dudes, the infantry up here. Not a bad target to try and take out. Yeah, that'll make things a lot quicker up here. To kill the shock infantry and the light infantry. Even though it does look like they've done a pretty good job against the Glaive Infantry of the attackers, yeah. pretty decent. So they need to be kind of careful, because if these guys win, they could come up behind and just finish off the rest of the Han army. And then we also have the reinforcements moving around. They'll be descending upon this battle very, very soon. Okay, so the left-hand side is finally engaged with a smallish force just to probe away to see what they can get done. A few armoured swordsmen thrown into the battle. The artillery is still just going ham, trying to kill as many of these guys. But it really needs to be said that these guys need to hurry up. If they want to really make this four-pronged attack happen, they need to go now. Because soon enough, I think Cao Cao's army is going to get weakened down. Saying so, though, the gap between men sizes have been brought down to 4% now. So there's a really small difference. And I think something that is going to go really in favour of the attackers is the fact that a lot of the defending units are just crossbowmen and bowmen. And if they all die, if the front line dies and they can get some cavalry in the back lines, they can get some heavy infantry in the town centre, I don't really see the defenders having enough to really hold this. So they have really been grinding them down, and the infantry lines are fully clashed now. Very nice battle so far. Another artillery piece going up. Artillery, I think, is just aiming solely for the general. Wow, big hit right there. Oh, another huge hit, killing so many of these bowmen. And it looks like they're holding here. Did they kill all the cavalry? Wow, they must have killed all the cavalry as well. Yeah, they were kind of a letdown for the attackers. I thought it was going to do so much more than it did. But as long as they hold these units in place right here, if they keep 2 units at bay, that's going to be more than enough, I think. Because, yeah, look at these. These great halberd spear infantry have broken through on this side. And is there anything else to send in besides crossbowmen and bowmen? There's a few units here. We have a unit of hand shock infantry being brought over to this side, but they are being taken down bit by bit. I think this one's going to be extremely close. It really, really is. And we're going to have to keep an eye on these percentages as the last couple men do get committed to the fight. There's some friendly fire going on over here. And also some aggressive fire with some bowmen shooting over the head. There's 2 units over here doing something. I don't really know what. Where are they? Oh, so we've got some hand heavy swordsmen. That's going to be pretty big. And then just a unit of Imperial Guard spears. Not really that important. But I mean, my God, look at the casualties on this wall. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal stuff. Hard fighting for sure. Yeah, these spearmen are doing a good job. Crossbowmen are covering. We've got more infantry being committed in this side of the battle. I think it's going to be close. I honestly don't know. It really depends who's going to win this battle. Is whether or not if they can break through one side, then I think they win. Because they can kill all of these archers, then they put the battle in their favour massively. But if the defenders can keep each beach point well defended, then I don't really see the attackers doing well. They can only just break through one side and they win. We have more. We have even the archers being committed now. Oh, this is a general archer unit. Wow. Can we see him? Where is the general? I'm trying to find him. He actually brought a general bow unit. That's very interesting. I mean, these spearmen though are just so good. They really are. They're doing some serious damage. I think he's up here somewhere, the general. He normally ends up being on the right flank though. Maybe that's him right there. Like a custom model. Yeah, there he is. That's him. That's the general. That's pretty cool. How are we doing on this side? Again, pretty effectively. They've managed to put their halberds up, which is taking down a lot of these guys. But these crossbow fire is coming in and doing so much damage to these bowmen. They're also shooting directly at them. This battle is literally anyone's game. The artillery coming in. I mean, this artillery I feel like could be placed somewhere a bit better to shoot. Maybe over in this big clump. But you need to be careful because you can get a lot of friendly fire. This is huge right now. These spearmen are victorious for the defenders, reforming up. I mean, they're about to be challenged very, very quickly by some more heavy swordsmen. But still, they're holding their own, which is big. And you've got these archers are out of ammunition now. Are these crossbows out of ammunition? Oh, these aren't crossbows. These are armored swordsmen. So yes, they are out of ammunition. And that's also going to probably play a big part in the battle as well. Is just as factions start to lose their storage of these arrows and bolts, It's going to really deplete the ability of the infantry. I imagine these artillery pieces must be out soon, because they've been firing for so long. And it's a real shame in Medieval 2 that we will never be able to see how many kills they get. You can only see the amount of kills of the person who sent in the replay. So it's going to be so sad. Oh, Medieval 2. It'd be really nice if there was anything left to come send it all the way around here and then charge into the back. Or even just get their... Like, look at this. If they kept their cavalry, they could bring them round and start hitting all of these missiles. The central flag, though, is looking really, really thin, honestly. They are definitely running out of men on both sides. The attackers are starting to lose. They've only got 8% of their original starting force left, whereas the defenders do still have 14%. That gap is starting to widen. But these yellow shield spearmen are holding firm. Even against the heavy shock infantry, which normally do really good against that type of unit. They are also fighting with bowmen as well, so the bowmen won't be bringing up as great a fight as the spearmen, that's for sure. We can probably even zoom in some more now. Yeah, we can zoom in even more now so we can really get a good glimpse of it. The last couple of reserves being brought up. What do we have? Just bowmen who are probably out of ammunition. Now every man must serve. Yeah, we've got some bowmen here. And then a handful of like weak-ass units who have maybe routed and come back. I think this is going to be it, honestly, for the attackers. And another artillery shot comes in. Oh my god, these guys, they got hit by artillery and they're just like, nah, we're good. We're out of here, fam. No, they're just going to stand here and be like, yeah, we want to rout, but we can't. We're stuck. Some shadow stitching jutsu right there or something, because they are stuck in place. I also think a lot of their men, because this unit was like 150 men deep or something. We're going to get this small unit of cavalry coming in. Oh, they're going to rout through the unit? That was not a smart decision. Yeah, they just got... Oh my god, look, that was a massacre. Wow. I think the defenders have clinched this one. I mean, they're still losing men. Oh, wow, though. Genku's infantry from Cao Cao. Cao Cao making a deep push here. Last time we looked at it, so he still had a decent amount of men left. I just don't think it's going to be enough, though. This is a very, very nice push right here, but as I said, I just don't think it's going to be enough. The shock infantry have won over on this side. They've won basically over on this side. They've kind of broken through a little bit, but not really. There's only a handful of men left. And I think this is literally what they have left. And soon enough, they're going to come into this area and be killed. Another artillery shot coming in. Can't believe this artillery still has all this ammunition left. Constant shots. And here we go. This is going to be the last push. It's literally all they have left. There's routing bowmen. Couple units here and there. The cavalry is killing all these last couple bowmen, yeah. So even though it looks like there's a lot of them, there really, really isn't. Yeah, this is literally going to be the last stand. So the defenders must have this, unless Cao Cao can pull off some amazing victory with so few men. I just don't see it happening, though. There's just far too much infantry. And the defenders, just all they really need to do now is just kind of commit their surrounding units around this defensive bubble. And I'm sure the rest of Cao Cao's infantry will just break from the field. But a very, very, very impressive showing from both sides. But the fact that they had, this artillery still left remaining. As I said, it's such a shame we won't see how many kills they got, because I feel like they really got a serious amount. You can see the shock infantry being brought in as well now. As well as the Imperial Guard spears. I feel like we could just speed this bad boy up a little bit. Oh, they have managed to kill the enemy general, though. Maybe it's not over yet. Maybe we need to slow this bad boy down, because maybe there is still hope. I mean, a lot of these guys are eager. Where is Cao Cao and, well, the general? I mean, look at that as well. So many bodies lying through them. And on the walls themselves, this siege towers got brought up. Really, really cool stuff. But yeah, where is the general? I assume he's in here, right? So they do have a general unit, which is really good. Oh, I think this is a special general as well, right? Infantry Baku, I think is his name. I don't know. I don't know if he was a historical figure or not. Or maybe that's just the type of general name. What the hell is this artillery still shooting at? There, the bowmen are shaken. But I mean, the infantry is going to go down soon enough, I think. I mean, we'll just go on double speed for now. Because there is only like a 10,000 of this number left. I don't really know what measurement they go in, but... I mean, they seem to think that they're winning this battle. I don't really see it happening. Even if they are cutting through these men, they only have like... They have what? They have 2% of their infantry left. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be over now. So that's all she wrote for this battle. So let's just jump ahead towards the final screen, and then we'll take a look at the kills. There we go. The general has fallen for Cao Cao's army, and now his men flee. So what a great battle that was. Really, really cool. I love to see Three Kingdoms engagements like this, and this is definitely a very, very good mod. So if you're really eager to play Total War Three Kingdoms, and you just cannot wait, then this is a great substitute to get it done. And Medieval 2 is also just such a great game. A little bit outdated now, but still great nonetheless. So kill-wise, yeah, look at that. Deadman getting 2,600 kills, probably mainly with his artillery pieces. Very nice. And we can take a look at Genki's, just Genki's army. So we can look at casualties inflicted. 226 on this unit of spearmen, I believe they are. 282 on the glaive infantry, not too bad. And 242 on these guys as well, bringing up the kind of third place spot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, as we will be doing a lot of Three Kingdoms. And feel free to use my Three Kingdoms link. I'll leave it down below in the description. And fish out.